What is up, YouTube? Enforcer5150 here, and I am kind of excited. It is late, and my wife is probably going to kill me because I'm probably going to wake her up a little bit here, but I could not wait to actually get this video out to you all. There was an update with the Nvidia drivers for RTX cards and Battlefield 5. Basically, they decided to put it on so that we could have ray tracing, and pretty much ray tracing with DLSS. And now I am right now in 4K with ray tracing at medium. I just wanted to try it at medium first just to kind of get an idea of the frames per second and everything like that, and we actually got a decent amount of FPS, you know, in the 50s and going up to 60. It wasn't going over 60. It's likely because I didn't have everything completely optimized at the time. Like I said, this is a really quick video. I seen it came out and it was late. I decided I'm going to hurry up and put out this video, and we just want to, you know, just see, you know, basically what this update was about. DLSS on Battlefield 5. I mean, that's kind of amazing to have. The only problem is that you only can have a DLSS on the on ray tracing. It doesn't allow you to take off ray tracing and only use DLSS, which I think is kind of crappy. But you know, I'll take what we can get with the you know, the ray tracing. I kind of get it. They're trying to, you know, push having ray tracing. You can kind of now get the same, close to the same frame per second that you would get without it. Now, I just want to give you a quick look at my last video here. As you can see, I was only getting like 30 to 40 frames per second, and that's with the RTX on low in 4K. So before this update, it was pretty much impossible to really game or anything in 4K with RTX on. Anyway, I just wanted to go ahead and put that out there, and so you can kind of see that. Definitely check out that video if you get a chance to see the differences between the new update and the old one. Now we're gonna go ahead and switch the ray tracing onto Ultra. Now with Ultra, you definitely get around the same FPS. It does go down a little bit more, but not a lot. I mean, between medium and the Ultra, you're still getting close to 60 frames per second, and it's not that bad. But as you can see, I mean, everything is ray traced, everything is running really smooth, and this is, like I said, at 4K. It's basically taking a, you know, a lower FPS or a lower resolution, you know, 1440p. But now we are actually at 1440p, so it's allowing us to use DLSS at 1440p. And you can see we're getting, you know, around 70s, 74, 73 frames per second. I mean, this is pretty good. Now, this is definitely in, you know, the high refresh rate monitor type range. Yeah, it's not, you know, 144, you know, frames per second, which you could, you know, likely achieve more without DLSS on, or without ray tracing on. But just imagine if they actually allow us to use the DLSS without ray tracing. I mean, we'll definitely get a lot more frames per second. So I'm kind of excited about this. We actually have a decent amount of frames per second with ray tracing when we go into 4K. So right now we're at 1440p, but we also are only running, you know, like a 1080p type resolution. So I mean, 70s is still kind of low for that, but with ray tracing on, if you remember how we seen at the very beginning, we did 1440p, and I think we only got around 40 to 50 frames per second or less. And 4K, it was pretty much almost impossible. Now we can actually do 4K and get up to, you know, 60 frames per second, or, you know, at least close to it. So that I really like that idea. Now here we go with 1080p, and you can see right away, you know, we go over 100 frames per second. It doesn't really stay that way. It sticks around the 80s and 90s. But like I said, ray tracing is on Ultra, and everything else is Ultra. You know, we have this thing maxed out, you know, as much as we can, trying to push the limits. As you can see, everything is actually doing pretty good. Now, if you had a high refresh rate monitor, you could actually have a little bit of a benefit of you know, having, you know, over the 60 frames per second, you know, getting those 90s and stuff like that. But then again, still not 144, but that's not, it's not bad. I mean, I really want them to allow us to have the ray tracing off, if that, you know, for an option, so that we can get, you know, close to, you know, yeah, I'd say 120 frames per second, you know, in almost 4K with DLSS. I mean, we're really getting a big boost here. And they said about 40%. I'm not really seeing 40%. I'm seeing around 30, but definitely, I mean, I'm not one that, you know, wants to choose between AMD, Nvidia, and stuff like that. But, you know, Nvidia, it was right when the new Navi came out. They said that, you know, it's kind of plain. You know, the new Navi is plain. It doesn't have all the features that you have with this. And this is the kind of thing that is actually going to make Nvidia, you know, a little bit better than in AMD, because yeah, right now it can match up to this 2080, but that's without the DLSS. Once you turn that DLSS on, it's going to blow the Navi out of the water, you know. And that's, you know, we also have to look at that. It is kind of a upscale technology type thing. But you, like, you see my Final Fantasy video, you know, it really wasn't that that noticeable unless you really looked in and tried to figure out which one was the 4K, the, you know, original 4K version, and which one was the non-4K version. And now with that one, the problem was that you only had 4K from a 1440p resolution. But anyway, like I said, it's really late. My wife is probably going to kill me, so this might be my last video. Just kidding. I love her to death, but I had to put this out right away, and hopefully I didn't wake her up, and she'll forgive me in the morning. One last thing here I want to mention is that I will try to do a more comprehensive, in-depth look at the DLSS and the ray tracing in Battlefield 5. Just currently, like I said, it's late, and I just wanted to get this video out right away because it came up, and I was like, oh my god, I need to get this out to everybody, like, right away, especially my subscribers that's definitely subscribed to me for these videos. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching this video. Make sure you hit that like button and definitely subscribe if you're new to the channel. You all take care and happy gaming.